Good morning, children. Welcome to class 5, Science. So today we are going to learn chapter 1, Reproduction. And the lesson objective is to study the structure of dry and soaked seeds systematically. And then to learn how plants reproduce from seeds. So these are the points which we are going to learn today. Now, let's discuss some points. So let's try 2. So there was some questions in your let's try 2. Can you tell me what are the questions which I have posed last time? Right. So I have asked you to observe any fruit or a vegetable or anything like that and just identify how many seeds does it have. Right. So for that actually when we do it, the answer may be many seeds, where we have for watermelon, we have for muskmelon, and we have for apple, etc. And one seed we have for plum, apricot, lychee, jamun, mango, right? All these things will be having the one seed and many seeds also. So this is what is the discussion which we have done in our previous class. Now, what are the seed leaves called? Seed leaves are called as cotyledons. What are the two types of seeds we have? Right, the two types of seeds are monocotyledons, dicotyledons. So now, experiment 1. We are going to do an experiment to understand how a plant grows. How does it reproduce? So in the last class, I have asked to soak these seeds and observe. Right? So I've asked you to soak the seeds and then observe. What change do you see in the color of the soaked bean seeds? The soaked bean seeds, the color, right? It has become little pale in color, not the bright color. It has become the light in color. Is there any change in the size of the soaked bean seeds? Yes, there is a size in the soaked bean seeds. The seeds have become a bit bigger than the original seeds. So now, let's note our observations. What is the basic difference between a dry seed and a soaked seed? What is the basic difference? The basic difference between a dry seed and soaked seed is the size. The size of a dry seed will be less comparatively to the soaked seed. And the color of the dry seed will be brighter than the soaked seed. Right? And also it is something when it got swelling and it looks, the soaked seeds will look very ready to, water is built up and it is ready to reproduce. Into how many parts can you split these woolen seeds? If it has only one, we cannot. If it has anything, we can break it into 2 parts. In which case it is easier to peel the skin. In case of soaked seeds only, we can peel the skin. Now, have you ever observed the plants in your garden or surroundings? List some types of plants you have seen. So it is regarding the garden and it's regarding the surrounding. So you can list down some plants which you have seen. For example, there is a mango tree in my house. Right? There is a coconut tree. Right? There is a banana plant. So these kind of plants are there in my house. So I will be writing all the list of the plants that are available. There is tulsi plant, right? Likewise, we have there is tulsi plant, there is a curry leaves plant, right? And there is a guava plant. So many plants are there. So you can write down the plants which you have observed in your surroundings. So let's watch a video and then let's understand what is there.
Annie is puzzled. She is wondering why her mother is tying seeds in a white cloth. Annie's mother then sprinkles water on the bundle at regular intervals. This makes Annie more curious. Annie's mother asks her to be patient. After a few days, Annie's mother unties the cloth. Look, the seeds have grown big. Each of them has a tiny white string coming out of it. Do you know what such developed seeds are called? They are called sprouts. But how did these seeds grow? Let us find out. We know that most plants grow from seeds. Do you know what seeds require to grow? A seed needs air, water, and sunlight to grow. And that is exactly what Annie's mother gave the seeds. The seeds got water from the moist cloth. Air entered through the pores of the cloth, and sunlight streamed in from the window. The seeds absorbed the water and nutrients and began to grow. The first part to come out of the seed is the radicle. This will give rise to the future root. This stage of seed growth is called sprouting. Sprouted seeds are often recommended by doctors for a healthy diet because they are more nutritious than normal seeds. We have seen how a seed sprouts. Now, let us learn how it grows into a plant. We know that most plants grow from seeds. What you see is a freshly sown seed. With the right amount of air, sunlight, and water, it will start growing. After the radicle emerges from the seed, it starts absorbing water and nutrients from the soil. Secondary roots then start growing from the main root. The second part that emerges out of the seed is the plumule, which is the future shoot. The root absorbs all the necessary nutrients from the soil and passes them to the stem of the plant. These nutrients help in the growth of leaves and flowers. A tiny little seed has now transformed into a plant. This growth process from seed to plant is called germination.
Activity which we can do it, right? So first activity is, how does what does a seed need to germinate? Water, sunlight, and air. What is the first stage of germination called? Sprouting. What comes first, the shoot or the root? The root. Which are healthier to eat, sprouted seeds or dry seeds? Sprouted seeds, because they contain more nutrients. Of radical, which is sprouting, and the next one is the development of the radical with sprouting, and the next one is the development of secondary roots, the development of plumule, and the development of leaves and flowers. So we have the 4 stages of the plant reproduction. So the plant reproduces in this way, right? So now we will be going on to the next one. We'll read and understand what is there in reproduction in plants and seeds. So most of the plants reproduce seeds, which gives rise to new plants of the same type as the parent plant. So seed requires favorable conditions to grow into a new plant. These conditions are as follows. So how a seed should be, it has been mentioned clearly here. The seed should be healthy. A damaged seed does not grow into a new plant. We are not using unhealthy seeds, we are using only a healthy seed. It should get the right type of soil and minerals. So when we are planting this, or uh, uh, when we are sowing a seed, it should be in a way that it should have a very good soil, and where the, it will get the minerals from the soil itself. It should get the right amount of water, air, light, and warmth to grow into the new plant. Suppose if we sow a seed and if we keep it in our home where there is no sunlight, so will you be able to see the growth of the plant? We cannot. So we have to see that the plant is growing outside in the sunlight, so that it is growing fast. In the presence of these favorable conditions, the seed grows into a baby plant called a seedling. This process by which a seed turns into a seedling is called germination. Seedling means we have seen the first one, the radical which is coming. Yes, we are saying it as sprouting. So that one you will call it as seedling also. Now, draw a flow chart to show the same. So sketch 1, day 1 the leaf will be like this, day 2, day 3, day 4, right? So sketch will be like that, and what is going to happen? So on this one day, you will be able to see only the cotyledons, seed leaves in it. And the second day, you will be able to see the small seed leaves coming up, right? Third day, the radicals, right? So the radicals will come, and after that, it goes into shoot system. So fourth day, the shoot system will be coming. When a seed receives adequate water, it swells up and its seed pods burst to give rise to a baby plant. So when we were observing, we were asking a question: is it easy to peel, or is it easy to? How does it look like? So it is. It looks like it as though the water it has taken it up, and then it looks like bursting to give rise to a baby plant. The developing embryo gets its food from the cotyledons present inside the seed. The baby plant first develops its root, and then a tiny green shoot emerges from the other end. The baby plant grows and it starts developing the small green leaves. The growing shoot straightens up and pushes the cotyledon above the ground. Gradually, the shoot system extends to form a proper system of stem and leaves unfold. Cotyledons eventually fall off with the growth of the baby plant and starts performing photosynthesis by using sunlight, water, and chlorophyll. So the baby plant grows and it starts developing small green leaves. The baby plant first develops its root. So first development is radical, which is its root. And then a tiny shoot, tiny green shoot emerges from the other end. Means the shoot system comes. The growing shoot straightens up, out, and pushes the cotyledon above the ground. So as the shoot system starts emerging up, then it pushes the cotyledon out. And the plant starts making its food of sunlight, water, and chlorophyll. So we have seen the video and we have understood what is there, what are the stages in the development of the things. So please go through the video one more time and then please try to do the exercises which are given, and please read the text given under reproduction in plants from the seed. Thank you so much, children. So there is an activity for you all. So where you have to draw the structure of the bean seed. So you have to draw the structure and label the structure of a bean seed. Okay. With this, we are ending up our session. Thank you so much.